I want to thank everybody for watching Crypto Revolution, where I talk about everything crypto daily. Before we jump into this video, I want to say thank you for everybody that's been smashing that like button. Definitely trying to get to 1,000 likes a video. Please support the channel. It helps the YouTube algorithms, helps me grow the channel. Please hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to bring you the most up-to-date, pertinent cryptocurrency information on a daily basis. Jumping right into the market. Today, crypto. Green day. Overall market cap of cryptocurrency, $154 billion. Bitcoin is at 5409. This is a Bitcoin 3-day chart. Now, we've had this multi-month downtrend that we were in previously. Well, now here we are back in the pattern, and you can see Bitcoin price action bounced. Obviously, it wicked all the way down to 3,800, but now we're at the bottom trend line and working our way higher. So I've been zoomed in on this. Here's a 1 hour chart, and there's really not a whole lot going on in the market today. A lot of uncertainty, there's a lot of things going on in the world, and the market's just not, Bitcoin for sure is not moving much. Zoom in, and I'm trying to find a pattern on this. Is a 15-minute chart, just to find a pattern for a hint of a move. You know, you've got this orange falling wedge, could break out to the upside, 68% chance that it does so. This larger yellow triangle is a symmetrical triangle. That could essentially break either way, but this orange falling wedge could be a catalyst of a move to the upside. Hard to tell. I was thinking maybe this could be a rounded bottom. So Adam and Eve, rounded bottom would be bullish sign here, but again, a lot of uncertainty. Now there's a pattern down here on the RSI that kind of gives us a hint where, you know, this upper trend line is breaking to the upside. So potentially this price action is starting to work its way higher. So we could see a move to the upside. I've got my alert set. If you see these little clocks here, yeah, my alerts are going to go off, wake up the whole neighborhood. Got the speakers cranked up in the house, and I'm ready. Got to use alerts on every single one of these trades. Stop losses, alerts. This is what the pros do. They do it for a reason. If I have to wake up to make a couple $1,000 on a trade, I'm going to do it. Every time I make a video, the price action starts moving. So let's just see. I'm actually going to drag this over here and see if I can keep you guys up to date as we run through this video. We freaking did it. We did it. Thank you so much for all your support and help. YouTube finally, after some retweets, I need you guys to follow me on Twitter, cryptobtc_Chris. Now, YouTube has reviewed my video that I had a warning. I got a warning strike, and they've posted it again. They put it back up, you know, which is good. It's good, you know. I mean, censorship, it's part of it, you know, and there's certain things going on globally right now that I can't discuss, but we know what it is. But anyways, I just want to thank you guys for your continued support with the channel. I've got a cryptocurrency trading group. I've got 6 chat groups where everybody's calling out breakouts, posting charts, posting setups. I've got 41 videos in a playlist. If you don't know anything at all about trading this market, you'll be making profitable trades after you watch these videos. Number one reason why people join the trading group, I post profitable trading setups on a regular basis, and people have been making a ton of money, ridiculous money this week. A lot of people are getting hit hard, but a lot of people are making a lot of money right now. If you guys want to join the cryptocurrency trading group, you want to pay in crypto, email me, cryptobitcoinchris@gmail.com. I'll get you set up and in the group today. If you pay with crypto for 6 months, you get 20% off. If you pay with crypto for the year, you'll get a 30% discount and an additional month for free. If you do want to pay with a card month to month, you can do so. There's a Patreon link in the description. Shout out to Yuri. He made this chart, and I've talked to you guys about MACD buy and sell signals 1,000 times. And so I posted something about it just to show you MACD. If you were buying just MACD, if you're buying and selling MACD, you would have bought here at, you know, 3150. You would have sold, not the top, but you would have sold close to 11,000. Then you would have bought back at 6,500, and then you would have sold before the big fall. MACD buy and sell signals are great. If you're busy, dude, it's been amazing returns in the trading group. Dirty Harry said, I found a formula. He said, buy your bear and bull tokens, which are those 3x long and short tokens. He says, essentially, just buy them on MACD crosses, and you'll do really well. He says, ba-boom, profits in the skies. Shout out to Matt about history. He said, joining the group is the best thing I've done in the whole 3 years I've been in crypto. That's huge. That means a lot. Next person said, yeah, I 3x'd my money. I made $800 in a blink of an eye. He got the bottom of EOS Bull. I managed to 3x my account today. 3x his whole account. This is March the 12th. Thank you for everything you've done to help us learn. Excited for the future. Listen, once you learn the basics, just a few things about trading this market, and then I'll make sure you're in the right coins. The sky is the limit. Shout out to Trip. He sent me this. This is a Bitcoin rainbow price chart, and I wanted to make about 15,000 jokes about this, but I didn't know which one to pick. I just want to know, because for sure there's not a pot of gold at the end of the Bitcoin rainbow, for sure. What's at the end of the Bitcoin rainbow? It's all Lambos, moons, moon and Lambos. Okay, there we go. Now, the point is this, like here, we're down here at the bottom, and this blue area says, hey, this is blue. This is basically a fire sale. You got your different variations of green, buy, accumulate, still cheap, hodl. Is this a bubble? Is this a bubble? FOMO is up here. Sell, seriously sell. Maximum bubble territory is up here. Basically a fire sale. That's where we're at. But everybody's like, could it get a little bit cheaper? We want the best price. Sometimes dollar cost averaging is a decent idea. Now you start dollar cost averaging up here when Bitcoin's 20,000, obviously you took a bunch of losses. Okay, so this is, and I've talked to you about this, how we've had a golden cross, we got a death cross coming, we could get another golden cross. And a lot of people don't even want to hear it. Like, hey, we're not about to run up and take off and run up to 20,000 like we did back here. Well, maybe it's not going to happen immediately, but here's the idea. And you can see back here, we had a 42% price dip, right? We just had a 49% price dip. So if you understand this fractal, again, something similar is in the cards. We could have some sideways action, hopefully some upside sooner, because this market, let's face it, guys, this market is so much more fun when everybody's just making ridiculous amounts of money. You can just buy any coin and you're just making money. Well, we know that, but listen, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Over time, we're headed higher. This is open interest. So if there's a lot of people with open longs and shorts, a lot of trades in the market, then that's high open interest, right? So when open interest is above $1 billion, it's potentially one of the best indicators of a sell-off coming. So each one of these red dotted lines is when open interest is above $1 billion. And you can see you had a bunch of traders, a bunch of trades, long and short, potentially, and the market dumps afterwards, and the market dumps afterwards, and the market dumps afterwards, and the market gets wrecked afterwards, and here we are. The market gets wrecked. So keep an eye. When I talk about open interest, I want you guys to pay attention. Just so a lot of this technical analysis, cryptocurrency, it's like learning a language, right? If we all went to Mexico right now and we didn't speak Spanish, we would have a tough time in the beginning. But once you learn the language, once you learn the ideas that I talk about, like, you can make a tremendous amount of money in a short period of time in this market if you just understand. Like, this is what smart money, this is what institutions trade on, these ideas, right? This is where the money is made in this market. This is the total market cap. So yesterday, we saw an all-time high 24-hour trading volume at $264 billion. At least half of these liquidations look like somebody, basically a whale, bought a big pack of Bitcoin and a majority of the altcoins yesterday. Like, these whales just sit at the bottom and they wait for the sell-offs. Like, that's when they buy. When everybody else is freaking out, they buy. You really want to see this move. I've been, actually looks like a little Adam and Eve double bottom right here, potentially. Adam and Eve's are bullish. Got lines everywhere. This chart is chaotic. Normally I try to clean them up for you, but maybe that's a little Adam and Eve. We get a breakout above here. We could see, 5,700 to 6,000 if this continues to the upside. And again, you see down here this triangle breaking out higher on the RSI. You've got your MACD headed higher. This is a very short time frame. This is not even a blip on the radar on the longer time frames. But after a big move, you don't have a lot of market structure. You have to just zoom in. Zoom in. You know who's making all the money? In 2020, $3.2 billion got liquidated. That means BitMEX is making a killing. 1.7 billion in the last 3 days. Look at this chart. Look at this chart. BitMEX is killing it. That's the business to be in. These exchanges are making all the money, whether Bitcoin goes up or down. They're killing it. But then you have to ask yourself, if anybody in the world, any corporation, this is an unregulated market, if you can make $1.7 billion in 3 days in a situation where things might change, there might be more regulations on the way, right? There might be, I mean, this is a prime opportunity to just make sure everybody gets wrecked and you pocket in 3 days, $1.7 billion. Wow. They made life-changing money, that's for sure. Now, I'm going green, baby. All this toilet paper, I went to Walmart yesterday and I'm stocking up. I told you guys I was going to the grocery store. Let's, get stocked up for this global situation. And there was no toilet paper on the shelves. And I laughed about it and I thought, I'm going green, baby. Post this on Twitter. Listen to this. Dude, these are going to look good. Somebody messaged me back and they said, hey, reminds me of the time that I used poison ivy and I had an itch for 2 weeks. And I thought, once they painted that picture, maybe I won't go that green. Bitcoin price prediction. Are we going to rise to 6,000 or are we going to fall to 4,000? I keep watching Bitcoin because finally it's moving. We've been waiting on this move all day. Yeah, I've been watching this chart nonstop. That's a great thing about the trading group is you got thousands of eyes watching this market, and it really takes a lot of stress off. Well, me, I've been locked in lately. So, but yeah, we rise to 6,000 and we fall into 4,000. Well, right now it looks like it's trying to work its way higher. I want to see some volume come in. I need some volume. You need volume confirmation. Crypto Twitter experts are now bearish on Bitcoin, but maybe it's time to buy Bitcoin. Counter trade the herd. What everybody else thinks is going to happen, do the opposite. You're going to be right 70% of the time, right? So a lot of people are bearish on Bitcoin. They're calling lower numbers. It happened at 3,000. Could we go lower? Yeah. But it happened at 3,000. There gets a point where you get so locked into what everybody else is talking about. Everybody's super bearish, super bearish, super bearish, and the market does something completely different. We have to counter trade our emotions and counter trade the herd. Do the opposite of what everybody else thinks. Do the opposite of what your emotions tell you, and you'll do better trading this market. I've got a lot of questions about just basics of setting stop losses, OCO orders, and a lot of people are making some simple mistakes when they're trading this market. Do not use market sell and buy orders. Do not do that. People take huge losses because when the market's moving real quick, you just get it whatever price. You lose a couple $100, $500. I've heard people losing. You get these market buys and sells, and it's just you just get whatever. So use a limit buy, limit sell, and select your buyer. Make sure and go to that specific order. Now you can go to Binance.vision, Binance Academy. They have tutorials on a lot of this stuff. If you want to use OCO orders, one cancels the other. You can have a stop loss and take profit in the same trade essentially set up. You want to know about Binance Dex. You want to know about the user interface. You want to know how to withdraw. Their videos are out there on everything. You guys can teach yourself this. What's a market order? Don't use a market order. Always use a stop loss on every single trade. It's essential. Now, why Bitcoin cannot be a reliable safe haven asset. Listen, for a minute, we had some hopium that Bitcoin was going to be a safe haven because it was rising with gold. And the reality is it's not a safe haven. In the United States, it's very volatile, and it's always been this way. I remember we went from 20,000 down to 6,000 in a matter of like 10 days or something. Like that is not a store of value. Like this is one of the most volatile, nerve-wrenching markets that there is, but it's fun as heck when we're making money. You know, that dopamine kicks in and it's like moon, Lambo, and everybody's super excited. That feeling is amazing. But the wreckage is taxing. It's troubling. But what they're basically saying here is panic selling in cryptocurrency, and just the market's inability. Like a lot of these exchanges just can't handle this amount of volume. You know, BitMEX went down. Some of the bigger exchanges go down. This is going to happen in the future. You know, possibly they do it on purpose just to stop the carnage. Now, in developing countries, however, I think that cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, is a good store of value. And I mean, there's places in Africa where they barter, you know, where their monetary system's based on, you know, cell phone minutes, because that's something tangible that everybody needs, and their fiat's so devalued. But Bitcoin and crypto, not a safe haven. Listen, these altcoins are popping. Look at this thing. I always go to Binance. First thing I check during the day is let me go to Binance to see how many double-digit altcoins there are. And there are pages full. These altcoins are taking off. Now, remember, Bitcoin goes sideways. These altcoins have a lot of upside. H-bar up 50%. Now, I did post that setup. I think it was probably up 30% when I posted it. So the setup's up about 20%. But H-bar is one to watch. $100 million in margin calls. Crypto lenders demand collateral as market buckles. So here's what's happening. You had all these like loans. Right? You can put your crypto up. You can give it to somebody else. They're going to give you a loan based on that collateral. So you send them your crypto and they give you a loan. Well, what's happened is that crypto is so devalued in a short period of time that a lot of these, they're stressing. Digital currency group, they all raise their collateral requirements. You know, you think about it. You get a $10,000 loan and you give somebody, you know, $15,000 in Bitcoin. Bitcoin drops in half. All of a sudden, they loaned out. You'd be smarter to keep the money and buy Bitcoin, right? Because so they're not going to get a bunch of their payments left. And this model, you know, if it was a little bit more stable, this market would be a more viable option. But yeah, Celsius, basically, their interest rates went from 15 to 20% on normal conditions. Right now, it says the eye-popping interest rate around 260%. Bam, got them. 260% interest. What is product delay by Nexo? So Nexo wants to put out this interest-only crypto loan system, and they said, hey, we're gonna wait. We're gonna let this play out before we feel confident to launch. So you just have to know that there's a lot of business models that become affected, and they don't know how to deal with these drops in the prices. One of these is MakerDAO. They're going to conduct a $4 million debt auction to repay outstanding debt. The recent drop in Ethereum price has made the DeFi sector built on Ethereum very vulnerable. Well, guess what happens? Ethereum gets wrecked, and all of a sudden you get a loan. You got more money than the collateral is even worth. Who's going to pay that back? Now they're basically having an auction to repay the outstanding debt. They're in trouble. Whale transfers Bitcoin worth $10 million to Bitstamp. Is a dump coming? And you can't, like, we see all these big moves in crypto, and you can't always think that, I mean, they could have been buying altcoins, right? It could have been restructuring cold wallets. So don't get too worked up about this, but people are saying, oh, could be the BitMEX traders, could be plus token scammers. Could we expect another Bitcoin dump? Bitcoin and crypto likes to retest levels just to kind of give it validity, you know. So a retest somewhere down in the 5,000 area at some point, you know, is potentially in the cards. A retest at 3,800 could happen, but we want to see, obviously, a move to the upside. If you guys like the content that I provide on a daily basis, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below, hit the bell for notifications. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.